Yeah, we started Informatica India in 2003 with the launch of our Bangalore office. It was a very small operation with about 5 employees. Today, 10 years later, on our anniversary, we're about 680 employees split between 2 offices, Bangalore and Hyderabad, with a few employees at small sales offices around the country. India is now second only to the United States in terms of our presence, with about a quarter of the overall employees. And it's actually the fastest growing location that we have inside the company today. Within Hyderabad, we started with an acquisition about 5 years ago. Since that time, we've quadrupled the number of employees that we have in the Hyderabad office. It is the center of development for one of our core products. And we see that growth only expanding over the next several years. The total Informatica business overall was about a little over $800 million last year, and we are projecting double-digit growth again this year. So Informatica has been doing great, and with huge contribution from India. Yeah, so we now have about 70 customers in India across all different lines of business, financial services, retail, and obviously we have great partnerships with the systems integrators here. So that number was, back 10 years ago was basically 0. And now there's a lot of pressure on a lot of the Indian companies, including the integrators, to kind of do more with less and accelerate their delivery times, just like the rest of the world is experiencing. And we're seeing that as a very positive development for Informatica because we can help them meet their goals. I think that first there's sort of 2 challenges. One is on the attracting employee side, and the other is attracting customers. So Informatica has gotten a lot bigger than we were 10 years ago. On the other hand, compared to some of the name brands that you have in India, we're still having to make a name for ourselves. Now, for customers, actually, we are the leader in data integration, and we're actually experiencing very good traction with India customers. So I think it's more a matter of our sales execution and building up the sales and marketing team here. There's already significant customer demand for our products. Right now, and the core company is doing exceptionally well. We're in a quiet period right now. We're about to close out our second quarter. But so far, from Q4 to Q1 last year, we've been executing exceptionally well, and we see that those results continuing going forward. Aside from Bangalore and Hyderabad, do you mean other countries or? Yeah, so Informatica has presence today, direct presence in about 30 countries around the world. Obviously, a lot of the growth in the world is happening in the so-called BRIC countries, so Brazil, Russia, India, and China. So those are kind of the most obvious centers for growth. But outside of India, we're really not doing a lot for R&D. I think India, with the educational institutions and the skill of the employees, is still going to be the center for Informatica going forward. Side or the selling side, because they're very different. So I think in terms of as an employer, I think there is a lot of demand for Indian employees, especially in Bangalore, Hyderabad, Pune, the kind of the main tech centers. I think the only city in the U.S. that's like it is, or the area, is Silicon Valley. Everybody wants to hire employees that have experience in companies like these. It's extremely competitive. Now, on the sales side, I think the Indian customers are, they're really kind of at the they're almost like leapfrogging previous generations of technology. So all the things that you hear about, with social, mobile, big data, all the Indian companies, to some extent, they were on the sidelines for the previous generation, and now all of the new technologies are being put into place in all of the companies inside of India, and so that's creating tremendous demand for our technology.